Thank you for listening to the Good Neighbor Podcast, West Denver. Here's a quick message from our sponsor, Local Works Wheat Ridge, provided by its Executive Director, Paige Piper.
Local Works is a nonprofit organization whose mission is to make Wheat Ridge a more vibrant and sustainable place to live and work. Our mission and action is programming that provides neighborhood revitalization and small business support, keeping and growing the businesses we know and love in Wheat Ridge. In simpler form, we provide connection. Connection to business, connection to community.
This is the Good Neighbor Podcast, the place where local businesses and neighbors come together. Here's your host, Amber Betts.
Hey there, I am Amber with the Good Neighbor Podcast, West Denver, and here's our next installment of our podcast. And today I am here with Malvina Messler. She is the host of a really awesome Paris retreat, and she's the founder of Life Unleached with Malvina. Hey girl, how are you?
Hey, so good to be here.
Yay. So tell us, Malvina, a little bit about you and your business.
Absolutely. Well, I'm a former business executive and business coach that turned mindset coach. And today women hire me, executive women, high achieving women hire me to really help them get off that hamster wheel of just doing and being in this striving for perfection mode and pouring into others and just, with no end in sight. And really they hire me to find balance in life, to find a path to self-love, self-discovery, self-empowerment. And I teach them to become the CEOs of their life from the inside out.
Amazing. And tell us about the retreat stuff.
Well, my retreat, Paris retreat, is my signature retreat because, I took the journey of going to Paris when I had my 6-figure income and a great career. And from the outside, it all looked really beautiful. And it was. And I could have been just satisfied with that. But deep inside, I wasn't fulfilled. I didn't feel like I was in purpose. And I felt like there was more to life and to my place here on this planet. And so I traveled to Paris on yet another incredible trip. And I did the solo trip. And in that moment when I went there, I really my spark got reignited, and I got so much clarity that when I returned, I decided to not only quit my 6-figure job, but also start a business and really serve entrepreneurs from the mindset perspective, because I believe that your life, your business will never outperform your mindset. So now I do this for women. I take them to Paris, the city of love, to cultivate their love and to get re-inspired if they're looking for a new career path, or if they just want that boost of energy because they've been pouring into others and now they want someone like me and Paris to pour into them so they can come back not only with recharged batteries, but as I always say, with a backup battery.
Amazing. And Paris is just incredible. It's such an amazing city.
Right, you know it. You love travel as much as I do. So
yep, I do. Awesome. So when's the next one happening?
So my next Paris retreat is actually coming up in May of 2024, and it seems like far away, but it's going to be here before you know it. And right now, my dates will be listed here if they're not already on my website. And the registration is opening, so it's a prime time to get in on that opportunity and travel to Paris at the best time, right? Spring in Paris, where everything wakes up to life. Yep. And the crowning moment of my retreat is a glam photo shoot with Parisian photographers in front of Eiffel Tower. So it's like this quintessential Parisian experience a woman could get. So conscious travel with your new soul tribe of high achieving women.
Lovely. So tell us about like a hardship or a challenge that you rose above that, you can say you're stronger or better for.
Amber, I love that you ask your guest this question because that really connects us on a deeper level. And so for me, it is really the story that I actually share in my recent book, Becoming You. After many years, I got to the place where I feel good sharing it. And it is me surviving a very toxic relationship, a toxic marriage of 7 years, with psychological abuse and just not a healthy environment. And I share my story because there was a point where I thought it was someone else's fault for the longest time. And then I realized that, I was in this equation. And even after I exited, and it took me a long time, I think it took me 4 years from the moment I actually said, enough is enough, the story started repeating itself. And I started attracting very similar partners. And I thought, what is up with this? And so the only common denominator was me. And that's when I really looked on the inside and started to do my inner work. And I realized that, first of all, I believed the big fat lie that self-love was selfish. And I literally put myself last. I was in my savior mode. And the truth was that trying to save someone else, I was abandoning myself. I wasn't able to help my partner, not anyone else. And so I had to shift mindset and release that big belief and really step into my self-love journey that took several years before I could actually be able to pay it forward. But today, that formed why I do what I do, because I know that if there was someone who could speak to me and share that wisdom back then, and if I could hear that, maybe I wouldn't have suffered as long, and maybe I could have been already in service of others much sooner. So that's the big lesson from that journey.
Wow, amazing. Tell us about news, specials, updates. I mean, you talked about the retreat, but anything else you want to share with us?
Well, the retreat is a big thing coming up, but I'm also hosting a special invitation-only dinner for high-achieving women who really want to explore what it means not to just hit goals and be productive, but also become those CEOs of their life and have that emotional mastery. And if that is something that is exciting to you, follow me and on social media, Malvina Messler on Instagram, LinkedIn, or Facebook, or simply go to my website because there will be limited spots, and I'll be hosting those, one dinner in Denver and one in San Diego, California. Yes, because as you know, I redesigned my life when I quit my job and decided to do life on my terms. Now I split my time between San Diego, between Denver and Paris.
Okay.
So I'm here in the United States until spring, where I'll be heading to Paris. But those are the unique opportunities to really get in the energy of possibility. And, sometimes women don't even know what that looks like. It's hard when it's easier when we know I want exactly this, I want that path, and I want to get there. We can find resources, we can hire the right coach, we can take action. But if we are looking at something that we don't have clarity on, it's that much harder. And I feel like I was that woman who was very smart and accomplished, and I couldn't crack that nut. Like, what is it that I'm supposed to do? So if taking a deeper meaning of life and exploring that is something you want to step into, that dinner could be your opportunity. And for those who just want to take it slow, I also have a Get Unstuck guide that's always available on my website. And that really gets people thinking, because sometimes we get so in our head thinking that, there's something wrong with us. We're not disciplined. We're procrastinators. But there's actually psychology and neuroscience behind it that can explain a lot of those things, and that can help us get unstuck from unhealthy environment or unfulfilling job or anything that doesn't support us in the moment.
Sure.
Yeah.
And tell me, what are the dates of those dinners?
So the dates will be in October, and those who will inquire will get specific dates and location. But it's October. couples,
Okay.
small group, 10 people, pretty exquisite, high vibration um, moment for you, and to put yourself first.
Lovely. So tell us, what do you do outside of work? What do you do for fun besides all this energetic stuff? I mean, I'm sure you've got other stuff going on too, right?
Oh my goodness, what don't I do? I often say that when you really are aligned with your purpose, then you have hard time differentiating for work and fun, because
Mm,
your life becomes your joy work, your work becomes your life. So I am blessed this way. But in addition to that, I love to experience adventure. And of course, the connection between you and I is the travel connection, because I believe that as a mindset coach, travel expands our horizons. But not only that, whenever we're trying to take that next step in life and up level, a lot of times when we change environment, the best ideas can come when we're not in our routine. So I like to put myself in those new environments, and adventure does the same for me. It's this thrill. So I ride actually motorcycles, dirt bikes on mountain trails,
oh,
and
wow.
that's usually in a fall season. I know I can take my pearls off and get on a motorcycle and get dirty. And it is really dirt biking. You are
Yeah.
all covered in mud or dirt, and we've got helmets, protective gear. So super exciting. In the wintertime, that's why I love Colorado, because we get to so much playground. So in winter, I like ice climbing.
Mm,
And I'll be heading to Ouray, Colorado, which some
wow.
of you may know, such an epic location. I come from Europe originally, so Ouray is called the little Switzerland of America, and it truly has this vibe. So that's one of the things I love to do. And now the summertime is coming to an end, but in the summer I love boating and wakeboarding and really getting a thrill on the water. So those are just some of my passions, and then I get in that high vibration lifestyle, right? From being in the nature, whether it's actively or taking hikes and meditating, to being in inspiring places like, I just recently went to Lake Como and Hawaii, where you can really draw from your surroundings, and where the nature or the beauty of architecture like Paris just pours into you, and you discover things about yourself, but about the world that you but they are not necessarily present where you live, and they enrich your life. And if you can do it with people you love and have this high vibration vacation, that's the best, isn't it?
I love it. Yep. And it's really like it pulls you into the moment. You really
Mhm.
can absorb everything. You're really present when you travel, because you have to, like I said, absorb it. Like you have to experience it instead of being somewhere in the past or somewhere in the future. You're just there. That's what I love about it
You're
too.
you're so right, Amber. It's the best mindfulness experience, right?
Yeah.
Because and sometimes I get clients who come on a retreat with me, and then they talk about everything else and other things, and so I do those mindfulness exercises inside the retreat, where we let's say stand in a street and we look up, and we're
Mm-hmm.
literally looking at the architecture way up, the tops of the buildings, the
Mm-hmm.
sky, the trees, and it's amazing how much you can notice. Like when you're just walking, you don't even see beautiful tree canopies or those incredible details on the buildings. And so
Yeah.
that is such a beautiful metaphor, because usually my clients come back home and start thinking, oh my gosh, what have I been taking for granted and not paying
Right.
attention to in my own backyard, right? Um,
Sure.
because it doesn't just happen. It doesn't have to just happen on vacation. So
Right.
we get inspired, and then we can bring it with us to our life and infuse it. And that's the best part about travel.
Yep. Totally agree. I love it. All right, dear. Well, our time is running short now, but I really enjoyed chatting with you and learning a bit more about you and what you do. And you mentioned your social media and stuff, but say that again. How can people contact you? What's the best way to reach you?
Absolutely, Amber. So my website is malvinamessler.com. It's MalvinaMessler.com. And you can find me on Instagram as well. I've got lots of great tips. You can see my travel highlights and other things. Also Malvina Messler on LinkedIn and Facebook. And feel free to DM me word Paris for an early bird special. I have a huge, juicy discount code. If this is of interest to you, definitely send me a DM and I'll make sure you get it.
Awesome. Thanks so much, dear, for your time. And thanks for the listeners out there. Contact us at gnpwestdenver.com to nominate somebody or sign up yourself to be a guest. Thanks so much. Have a good day. Thanks, Malvina.
Thanks, Amber. Have an abundant day.